tonight after a controversial consignment entered the country outside the established framework. Energy Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi has told a parliamentary committee he was not aware of the shipment until March 30th, raising critical questions about oversight within a system designed to tightly control fuel imports. Mike Agwongo now reports.
The government-to-government fuel importation framework rolled out in April 2023 to stabilize supply and shield the country from global price shocks is now facing its most serious test. Under the arrangement, Kenya sources fuel exclusively from 3 international oil companies, including Saudi Aramco, Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, and the Emirates National Oil Company, working in coordination with 6 pre-approved local oil marketing firms. The 6 nominated local companies are One Petroleum, Oryx, Galana, Asharami, B Energy and Gulf.
Starbucks International is not one of these 6 OMCs. It has received a beating in the recent past for nothing, if you ask me.
But this tightly controlled system is now at the center of controversy. A fuel consignment was allowed into the country outside the G2G framework, an incident the Energy Cabinet Secretary admits he only became aware of on March 30th, 2026.
I personally moved swiftly and briefed His Excellency the President on the 30th of March. When it became very clear now that this consignment was outside G2G. It is upon that brief that actually His Excellency advised me to take the necessary steps to have the second cargo, which was en route, stopped.
The late discovery is raising concerns about possible loopholes in monitoring and enforcement within a framework that was intended to eliminate parallel importation. Wandayi told lawmakers he immediately briefed President William Ruto and ordered swift action blocking the consignment from influencing fuel prices, halting further imports by the company involved, and directing that the cargo be withdrawn from the Kenyan market.
I am saying the approval of the Cabinet Secretary was not sought. Okay? Of course, if it was sought formally, I would have acted on it one way or the other. And most definitely, I would have escalated it to His Excellency the President and, of course, the Cabinet. Remember, up to this time, we had no idea that this thing was outside G2G. Yeah. None of these guys, I think, was aware that this thing was outside G2G.
Even so, the incident has triggered wider questions about the integrity of the G2G system and whether unauthorized shipments could still find their way into the country. The government maintains the framework has largely worked, helping Kenya avoid the severe fuel shortages seen in other countries despite global disruptions.
From the records, this is the first consignment that came and discharged outside the G2G framework.
However, reports of localized shortages within the country are now complicating the narrative. As pressure mounts, focus now shifts to whether the authorities will identify those responsible and seal the loopholes that allowed the consignment into the country in the first place. Mike Agwongo, TV 47, Parliament Buildings, Nairobi.